let's play one more. And then maybe mosey some play points back into the stable. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing is she went for it the first time, went into Past in Flames, where I think if she went ad nauseum there, she was maybe better set up. But then when we cracked to go get Gristlebrand and passed it back to her, she was only 1 mana short of killing me then, or she was 1 spell short, and she ended up having 1 black mana left over that she could have, I believe, had a blue because she had an untapped underground. So she should have won all 3, or she could have won all 3. Alpha Frog. Hello, Alpha Frog. I like this hand. I will keep. They have mulliganed to 6 cards. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention. Had I actually glimpsed at the cards here, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, let's keep. Let's keep. We are on the draw, unfortunately. We're going to get Thought Seized, if I had to guess. Oh, hooray. We don't get to play again. Targeting themselves with Cabal Therapy. Gristlebrand it is. I love the fact that I'm not going to get a turn. Caracas off the top. Yeah, as soon as they do something towards me, like if they Thought Seize me, if they try to come after our hand, just keep going, buddy. Keep going. Show me everything. So this is going to be similar to the round 3 we played against. Yeah, so they have literally everything here. So the only thing is if we draw literally Caracas off the top so that they don't get the Gristlebrand value. Okay, we did not. Nathan, how do you sideboard this one? What's your sideboard for the Reanimator? Surgicals? Surgical in, Fluster in, Swords? Mind Break? By the time we have Swords, it's too late? That makes sense. If they already have Gristlebrand, yeah. I think against the other one, we ended up having Swords was our out to the... Who's the taxing one? But... Alright, what do you take out? So we have Surgicals, we have Fluster, we have Mind Break in. Labes and Impulses go out. I guess if it's a situation where it goes long enough, Cunning Wish could find a Swords to Plowshares if we absolutely had to. I doubt we would ever get that far, but it's plausible. Alright, so 60 cards. Teferi. Is Teferi worthwhile? You would cut Preordain over Astrolabe in case of Moon Man. Yeah. No. I mean, I that's a plausible problem, but I don't think it's a likely problem. All right, lost the first one. Yes, I would like to play first. We wasted that awesome hand. All right, so we do have Brainstorm to go with a fetch land. We have Mindbreak Trap for us. Turn 2 impulse type stuff. I like this. What do you guys think? Yeah, okay. I like it. Seems reasonable. They're going to show me the white dude so that we don't get to play our spells. Now, my thought is just fetch land, go. So that Brainstorm can protect stuff as necessary. Is that plausible? I'm saying plausible a lot. What's with that? Oh, saying the word plausible a lot. That's a plausible thing to do. Are they now looking us up to see what kind of decks I play? Welcome to the stream, Alpha Frog, if you're just tuning in. Ouch. Oh. I'm just gonna take a quick power nap while Alpha Frog figures out how to spell my name so he can find the stream. It's J Pinter MTG, all one word at Twitch. Okay. They are keeping as well. They didn't do the reveal. So let's just start with a Flooded Strand, Brainstorm to hide stuff as needed. I do want to check. Do we have any viewers in chat? Okay, Alpha Frog is not one of them. Got it. It would have been funny. It would have been fun. The old pass the turn, discard my reanimator target. Okay. That's one way to put it in the graveyard. See? Alright, is there any reason Brainstorm first? So there's our Force of Will. So what are we putting back? We're putting back stuff like Emrakul. Emrakul and because my thought is we can then clear that away with a fetch land and play Ponder. Wish makes sense. Okay, so we put Emrakul and Cunning Wish. Shuffle that away. Now, would you play Ponder right away? I think I want to play Ponder right away, but is that how what you would do? Because my thought is, okay, let's find another force or another effect. Let's go find a surgical extraction, something like that. We only have one Tundra, really? The other Tundra's in your hand, good sir. Alright, let's find a surgical. or an omniscience. So we don't have brainstorm, omniscience, fencer. That feels like a shuffle. Because I only have my 3 land. The brainstorm without a fetch. Yeah, that's a shuffle. Any order. Shuffle. Ooh. We've already played our land. Okay, so we'll just pass. Is Teferi our pitch with Force of Will? I mean, I don't have a target to plus and get the card off of it. Seagate is probably a better pitch. Okay, so this is problematic. So if we let unmask happen, they only get 1 card. And then they have to take Force of Will. And then say their only mana source is like Lotus Petal, and that's how they're going to get back their guy. Oh, that's true. If I were to force this, that's still their 1 spell. If they just play Swamp Reanimate, then that still gets me. I am going to play a Teferi next turn. The card they pitched to unmask was an Animate Dead, just for thought. Okay, if they go Lotus Petal, oh, we doing it! Cast Reanimate. Now I just kill the Dark Ritual. Do I Impulse or do I Teferi? What does Teferi do? Teferi draws a card. Impulse draws a card. Teferi plus into nothingness. So I guess we will find out whether the top 4 cards of the deck contain Force of Will. Would I have Impulse for Force of Will? They still had Dark Ritual. Okay. I wish I had a creature to discard. So I guess we will see if the very top card is a Force of Will. If the very top card is a Force of Will, I could have drawn into that off of Teferi. If with the Impulse, if it would have been one of the top 4, we would have found that there. too bad they didn't reanimate to pay all the life to it. Ashen Rider? Oh, we did. So yeah, definitely dead now. Do we have Bolt? They're at 2. We should play Bolt. So Daze would have been our top card had we down-ticked to Fairy. That's kind of funny. And we would have found Force off of the Impulse. So now... Yes, you may. Yes, you may, Aaron. I don't want any of these cards. These cards suck. They're going to attack for 12. Yeah. If we would have kept it split. I don't know. It just feels like... Is there a way out of this? Show and tell. I don't even know what we draw. We have to draw like Emrakul. Emrakul doesn't even do it. Because we're going to take 12, go to 5. We would have to draw... Gristlebrand ourselves. If we drew Gristlebrand ourselves, that still didn't do it. If we draw Astrolabe into the lightning bolt that we don't play, that could get us there. Is this leaves, play, or dies? Dies. Thank God. Oh, we have the Teferi. So close. We're so close. Hold on. Let's find out so that we purposely... let's keep that one. Okay. We're going to draw Caracas here. We're going to draw Caracas. Just for value. I like... It's kind of like when the different versions of Underworld Breach. The reason I always liked the Jeskai version of Breach was the kind of shields up that Teferi would give you. That the Legacy version that played Orum's Chant, stuff like that, the ability to just have Teferi, and as soon as Teferi resolves, you're like... All right, there's nothing they can do to stop me. We're going to bounce this one because we were going to draw Caracas. Caracas. So I'm definitely going to play the Friday evening one. I'm likely going to play the Sunday one as well. And I was like, what? Oh, Emrakul. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. So at one point, I had it in my head Aaron, that I was like, I'm gonna play all 6 of them. And then I actually looked at like what the times are, and it's like, so there's both a legacy and a vintage occurring at 3 a.m. No, no. So I looked at the times first, and then I talked to my wife and I explained it. I was like, so here's these 6 events. Here are the times they are. And she's like, that sounds stupid. And I'm like, I agree with you. But imagine like something at like Gen Con, 20 years ago when I was young. And I remember playing events like all through the night. And I'm awake at 3 a.m. all the time. The problem is I usually sleep ahead of that 3 a.m. event. So that's the big thing here. Like, so the first one is that first. So, okay, for Legacy, the first one is 5 p.m. my time on a Friday night. Now, I'm taking Friday off so that, I can at least be rested, not have woken up at 4 in the morning that day. So I believe that. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it, Nathan. I feel like Friday is going to be my real event, and then if I feel like firing another bullet, I'm going to play on Sunday. I don't really think the Saturday morning 3 a.m. event is really feasible for me right now. I think if I think if I can find a way to, so my plan this week was Monday League, Tuesday League, Wednesday League, Thursday League, hopefully finding something that I really want to get more into. So as of right now, when I saw Nathan's list, I was like, ooh, I want to play some Teferi, because that's what I do. And I can say I kind of got it out of my system. At the same time, something about, like blue and white-ish cards, there is 0% chance I am playing Death and Taxes. Like, that is a 2 thumbs down. What I wanted to do is the Karn Urza Echoes deck. I have liked that in the past, and we've kind of done well with it. What if there was white in the Karn Urza Echoes deck? You could have Teferi, but the big thing I want is I want Mentor. I want Mentor with all of the 0 mana artifacts, and I feel like that's just kind of insane. Like, there's a reason Mentor is restricted in Vintage, because the card is freaking stupid. So if you can play it in Legacy, okay, there is no world in which Sai is better than Mentor. I know there are certain situations of synergy where Sai can like keep making you tokens, but there's no argument about Mentor being a better card. I do agree. Like, I've played the Echoes deck multiple times, and I do at least enjoy that aspect of it. And I would like to enjoy playing Magic again. That is something that has been a little frustrating lately. And so, I mean, that's part of the reason. This is my first stream in, 3 weeks? That, I don't know, I did not like what's going on in Magic as a whole, if you look at, like, the problems of R&D and things like that. But more just, I was getting frustrated with Vintage and stuff like that. And so I wanted to get some fun. So that's why I thought this looked fun, and I wanted to give it a shot. And we had some fun going for jams. I mean, there was definitely something to it that I liked, but I want to try something new for tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. All right, Nathan, I want to try something different tomorrow just to get a different feel, but we can come back to we can potentially do another one on Wednesday. So, last year at Eternal Weekend, the way they have it set up is day one is vintage, and I foolishly won too much and put myself as first seed after the Swiss rounds. So then I'm like, okay, I got to play my top 8 match. I got to play my top 8 match. And I don't want to say I squandered the legacy day, but I was more focused on what am I going to do against that person in the top 8 because I had wanted to play legacy. And that's why I like the idea of separating it into a legacy weekend and a vintage weekend. I know that is troublesome for people. I mean, the whole world is a shit show right now with the world being a shit show. So I like the idea that we can play separately and not kind of be on top of each other because that's how I felt like last year is, oh, I did too well. I ran out of time, and that kind of sucked. But I want to be able to try Legacy this time around. And like Aaron was saying, like how many you're going to play in. I want to try. I'm going to play 1 for sure. I already bought the token. And I'm going to try 2 for Legacy. I'm going to try to play all 3 vintage ones. Now, that's obviously stupid. And vintage is arguably in a less fun place than Legacy, but I love Black Lotus. I love vintage cards. I love the feeling of power. That sounded so stupid, but it's true because that's the thing I like. Well, no, what I really miss, I miss that when the calendar turned to October, I was like, all right, we got to start getting, who's going to drive this year. We're going to get our place in Pittsburgh. It's me, Kevin, Charlie, Aaron, Mike, Crouch. And it's just like, oh, wait. No, it's not. Because the world's a mess. So that's like the thing I mentioned back when I first started was that I missed the gathering. And I still do miss the gathering. Oh, see? I miss the gathering. So what I do is I talk to an empty room and you guys hear me. But are you going to have to bribe me to play TES? I don't. So I think I've mentioned it before. I do not like the originator of that deck. And therefore, having to look at deck lists or anything to that degree of him, I do not like him. And so, I mean, I don't have to like him to play his deck, I guess, but I don't know. I will think about it. I mean, we still have Thursday. Thursday option. I want to put something together tomorrow. Definitely more on the fun side of the spectrum. We'll give that a shot. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we can look at either getting back together with Nathan and maybe putting something together there, or maybe some kind of storm nonsense. So thanks for coming and watching my 1 in 4 league. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, or if you're watching later on the replays. But yeah, I'm gonna 8 o'clock. I'd still get to bed at a decent time. I mean, talking about 3 a.m. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning because Monday is my really early day. So I am tired, and I think I'm gonna get some rest. And I hope everybody out there has a great night. And we'll see you guys next time. I'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be doing Legacy every day this week leading up to Eternal Weekend. All right. Have a great night.